Yapping.
Hey, what's up, party people, and the place to be? I'm Carlos, your uh, gracious host, and with me, as always, and not as always, is Connor, Rich, and the lovely Patrick.
Hello.
Patrick is going to be my head judge for the event, Windy City Waaagh, coming up this Saturday and Sunday. I am terrified. You can see it in my eyes. I keep irrationally thinking I'm going to show up and the tables are just going to be gone. That's it. Like those nightmares you get where like you wake up in class and you got no underwear on. Like that's what I just keep imagining is going to happen.
No underwear, dude. You had much
I
darker dreams than
I mean,
was last
honestly,
night.
if the tables are gone, we could just play on the floor.
Yeah, nothing
You're
wrong with that.
so you're a real one, G. That's why I like you.
You
We
just
got the bones for that, right? We're all still young.
Yeah.
no. I'll need to bring a pillow, but I'll bring a pillow just in case. Just
Fair. But
Just
Patrick,
pay Andrew O like $50. Have him sleep overnight.
Patrick,
He's our bouncer.
Patrick here is a borderline founding member of Broken Ranks. He has officially been Broken Ranks longer than I have. Patrick, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and uh, why you play Sigmar and a little about your gaming history.
So started the miniature hobby back, I don't know, at this point, 11, 12 years ago. Buddies wanted to get into 40K. We were all going to just buy a box of tactical marines. Someone was going to play Tau because they're scum. And that slowly turned into me and a friend buying 10 more boxes of 40K related stuff. They got to go to Adepticon, play what is essentially zero edition of Age of Sigmar. They said, "Oh, it's pretty neat," and local GW kept pushing it, and I was like, "You know what? I'll try it out." And honestly, even zero edition Age of Sigmar was kind of fun in the before times. So ever since then, I've kind of been ride or die for Age of Sigmar. Played it through the good editions, the bad editions, the wacky rules, the mustaches, the hobby horses we all had to buy to make our guys competitive.
Yeah.
Right, I've been through it all. And then how I got to become part of Broken Ranks is our Lord and Master Mortark of Illinois, Jake, was handing out flyers for at all the local game stores. Joined up, and I suggested, "Hey, let's do Path to Glory," and we were playing at the Orland GW, and I had created a mission that had some fun, wacky rules. And I was like, "Oh, hey, like, could you add this to the Discord so, we can look at this more?" And he's like, "How about I just make you a mod?" I was like, "You don't have to." He goes, "No, it's okay." And that's how I became a mod, and that's where I've been ever since. The only one keeping the hooligans on that Discord in check.
That's true.
And boy, do we
It is
need
very
it.
true.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for
The
real.
the only other bot in this chat, he very much is in the name, nothing else.
Yeah, it's true. Sometimes I tend to pour water onto the oil fire. Like, oh. It's kind of crazy how many people's journey into Sigmar began with 40K, because that's how mine started. I with the Dark Imperium box with Dark Angels versus Red Corsairs. So like, yeah, and now I don't even play 40K, despite the fact that I've probably got like 10,000 points of Death Guard and Chaos Knight sitting around.
Yeah, my room next to me, it's where all my hobby stuff that I'm like either going through or trying to get rid of. I probably have 7,000-8,000 points of Space Marines that like I've just collected, had fun painting, and then I don't even play.
Fair. I think what I could say from my end at least was that I got into 40K because it was a skirmish game, and I can't say that I'm not a fan of sci-fi, but it's definitely like if somebody said, "Hey, you know, pick sci-fi or pick fantasy," like I'm gonna pick fantasy 10 out of 10 times, for real. And at the time, Old World was Old World still, and like I had no interest in becoming a movement tray player. So, yeah, it was just when Sigmar came about, I kind of ignored it. But I started playing at the end of second edition, when I was like, oh, movement trays are gone, and the lizard men's here. Let's go. So like, yeah, it's and there's so many people. Trevor was the same way. Trevor used to play Tau, and now Rich. We could say Rich used to play Necrons.
That's not true at all. That's false.
I've owned
Necrons as long as I've known Carlos. I have never played a game of 40k in my life. I have like 6,000 or 8,000 points of Necrons, and like I want to say that I bought like 4,000 points of that from my buddy Adam for $50. Like it wasn't
Nice.
like I've got 4 monoliths, 4 old monoliths. So obviously they're not as cool as the new ones, but they still work.
Oh, and then we split 2 of the boxes. The
one box,
Necron.
one box.
Was it one? Okay.
Yeah, we
Okay,
split one box. You got the it was the Primaris Space Marines.
Yep.
The Blade Guard and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I took the Necrons, and they're behind me somewhere in this pile of shame.
I thought that was going to be the one to get me back into 40k.
It was not.
Boys, it was not.
There was an Adepticon where someone was wheeling and dealing on trying to get a combat patrol for 40k. Was that you, Carlos? Or was that might have been Jake trying to wheel and deal his way to an OBR?
Yes, because that year all the swag bags had a random spearhead / combat patrol box, and it was random. So yeah, he was trying to. Some of us got 40k, some of us got Sigmar. So it was, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man. Well, let me ask you guys, what's got you excited right now? What are you guys working on as far as any hobby projects? Could be for any game. You guys playing any video games? You guys, what's up with you?
No, my life's been boring.
Okay.
Which that's every week.
Yeah, it's true. I did play a game of Sigmar yesterday.
against Old Nighthaunt.
Against Old Nighthaunt.
Old Nighthaunt.
Isn't that crazy to say? Isn't that crazy to say now? Against Old Nighthaunt.
I lost very heavily.
It's like they were designed to kill the infantry.
Yeah, for real. Yeah, I saw that. I saw him take a nasty double turn.
Sorry, man. That's rough.
And my teleport got nerfed on the app, so no more combat teleports from the app. It is now
That's such bullshit, man.
Now it's now correct per the book. I was looking.
That happens.
Yeah, I was looking around at the other Idneth options to see like how I would change my list after WCW, and obviously, I'm going to play WCW, try to play my heart out, and try to go as far as I can with that list. But I feel like there are some changes that need to be made.
It's a process, man.
Yeah, just because
after.
Yeah, just because a lot of it was like a lot of my successes that I've had playing it was when I thought you could teleport in combat, and that's just not the case.
I have to say the same thing. There's a lot of sticky situations I've gotten the Eidolon out of with that, and now I'm gonna have to be even more careful, which I'm not looking forward to. But we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
So I've not been playing many video games. I'm still slowly working my way through Fire Emblem Three Houses, or Fire Emblem Persona.
First time.
First time. Blue Lions. I am a very, very bad player of just dedicating time to it. However, I've got such a PC backlog, and currently my PC is no longer playing video games. It's just so old. However, I am so sad that I cannot play what will be Game of the Year next week.
Oh,
Silksong?
Silksong. Look, it's been Game of the Year coming for 6 years.
You're not wrong.
Hopefully you could get something. and you'll be able to max out.
What is the faction with the girl with the axe and the white hair?
I know it's the Red House, but I don't remember.
What's the Red House? What's the Red House?
It's Black Eagles. That's their route.
That's Black Eagles for life, my friend.
Are you like Edelgard?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, you want Fantasy Hitler? Got it.
Hey man, it is what it is.
He can fix her. That's the difference.
Sure.
Exactly. I can fix her.
You can fix her. It helps when you're like half a god or whatever.
You know,
You're pretty. Yeah, you're pretty. You don't know. You're kind of whole god.
Because every, if I recall correctly, every house kind of has like their thing. Like her house is all about magic and like heavy armor. Like I think one of them is all about like chivalry and mounted units, which I think is the blue guys, right?
Yeah.
And then the other ones are like bow and arrows and like
Blue eaters.
and no, it's more like I think they're supposed to be I hate that this is just such a political landscape, because I don't mean this in a negative connotation, but like that house is kind of like the bow and arrows and like the DEI house, because it's all about like, oh, we include everybody from every kind of background in our house, which is cool. Okay,
it's definitely not racist. Which we like.
I mean, so they do have the best magic caster in the game, and it's Lysithea.
I don't remember who that is. It's been so long.
So she's purple hair, like light purple hair. She's got the benefit of having 2 special crests, so that you go steal Lorenz from the Red House, and his relic weapon is a magic staff, and it makes her phenomenal. Like, she's already good. She's got great magic growth already, but that just lets her to nuke anything from like 3 tiles away.
Oh, man, you're making me want to play Three Houses so bad again. Like me and my wife like fought over the Switch the months after that came out.
Fire Emblem is one of my partner's like favorite games, like that and like Xenoblade. So like when I'm describing everything in Fire Emblem, she's like, like, why do you have my copy? I want to play again.
Sometimes you just gotta get your own copies, you know.
Yeah. Well, kind of on the same topic of nerd gossip, right? You mentioned Silk Song, right?
Yeah.
I didn't know there was a new Onimusha game coming out, which I'm super excited about. And they announced the new Dawn of War, which is sick.
Yeah, Dawn of War 4. All the reports are it's like 1, a little bit of 2. It's a shame they never made a 3rd game. It's weird they went right to 4, but you know, it is what it is.
Is that like for real? Like, are you trolling? Is that really what happened?
No, the
third game they never made Dawn of. They made no. I don't know what you're talking about. They never made Dawn of War 3. Can't find
there's
it.
No war embossing say, but there's no war.
Yeah, there's no war embossing say.
Got it. In the words of my favorite Hobbit, don't be hasty.
Yeah.
Man, but
that wasn't even a Hobbit who said don't be hasty.
Huh?
That wasn't even a Hobbit who said don't be hasty.
Yes, he does. Yeah. Well, when Merry and Pippin in the movie, Merry and Pippin find the old Toby in the storehouse of Saruman's of Isengard.
Yeah, when they find the pot.
Yeah.
Yeah, when they find the pot and they're like, "Oh, should we share this with Treebeard?" He's like, "No, he wouldn't understand. A dead relative and all." And he goes, "Oh, I get it. Don't be hasty."
Yeah, no, but they're copying Treebeard. Treebeard's the one. Who said it.
You're right. They are, but it's funnier when it's.
That's true. That's true.
Treebeard's old and wise, and these guys are just potheads running around.
Listen, I cannot blame them. I cannot blame them.
No, you get to live that life. I'll wrap us up here for Nerd Talk. So I actually got 2 practice games in this weekend. I surprisingly enough won both.
Not surprising.
I played against Squigalanch with Jamie, who has been newly introduced to the Discord this past weekend. I am very excited for you guys to see his list. I think you will very much like it.
Is he going to be in the Waaagh this Saturday? Sunday?
Yes. Yeah.
Really?
He and Ryan and I will be card together. So
Okay.
we'll be
Ooh,
coming
we
out.
get to see Ryan. I don't think I've seen him in like
It's been a while.
a year or two. Yeah.
It's been since
Oh,
the
yeah.
Delta Cup.
Oh, there he is. I don't know why I didn't recognize him.
We'll be dragging him out. That was a very, very close game. I won by 3 points because I killed. He did not roll high enough for his random move on his squigs to steal one of my objectives when we were playing. I think it was passing seasons. He did not get my objective fast enough, and I got my spell off to move my wizard 18 inches and said, I'm going to go take the objective you stole from me earlier, and I will score my points. But it was a very close game. Very little stuff left on the board. And then I played Mike Jenka and his Gargants. Eltharion Beybladed all over the Giants like it was.
Was he Levi from Attack on Titan?
Yeah. So somehow, bad feels for destruction players when they are forced -1 to hit. Broad proceeded for 3 rounds of combat to not land a single hit once against my archers.
Does he not have a
He's like-
gatebreaker?
What's up?
Does he not have a gatebreaker in that list?
Nope.
Oh,
This is his list. We've already posted this so everyone knows. Broad, a War Stomper, Kragnos, and then the Maw Grunta Regiment of Renown.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, I was
Sure.
I was somehow dealing consistent 8 damage or 8 wounds every time with my archers that could shoot.
I mean
into
they're only
them.
they're only a 4-up save.
Yeah, and Eltharion got to Beyblade all over and killed both Broad and the War Stomper that were wounded in one turn, and it was very mean.
I'll
Yeah, he
actually be
doesn't-
right back. My dog is starting to cry, so I'm gonna go see what he wants.
Yeah, go
No
ahead.
worries. Take care, doggo.
Yeah, he doesn't have the points for a gatebreaker, but like you got like when you're in a situation where you're like, do I hit on 5s or do I pulverizing strike? You pulverizing strike.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
I felt like even with his like jump up and downs, he landed 2 rounds and just never either. Like he rolled so bad for those, and it was like, yeah, this single 150-point unit of archers held up a 500-point model
Yeah.
just forever. It was a bad feel. But Kragnos was funny. He killed my cow. I got all the cool buffs out of trying to live. My cow died to the power through. And him running away because it was Blade Lord's Wardens and everything else.
Sure.
But
Yeah,
that
I think-
then it'd be a bit more of a landslide-ish kind of game. I think I won by 20 some odd points.
Ogre Maw Tribe is probably the only army gets, I guess, Squigalanche too because of all the crit mortals, right?
Yep.
So Squigalanche and Ogre Maw Tribe beast handlers are the only destruction things that would give you trouble. Everything else is like, oh, hit me on 5s, okay.
I've lost to Jamie and I have played each other. I think just enough times so we.
Or you're what?
We've played enough that we could look at each other and kind of figure out. I was like, all right, if Kragnos kills the thing he needs to kill, I lose the game. If not,
Sure.
you lose the game, and that's kind of how it goes.
Yeah. Well, bring that the skill you got from the reps over to the Waaagh, baby. Take best order.
Oh,
Ooh.
you're funny.
Yeah, I mean, best order is going to be real hard when you have 3 cities lists.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that.
Yeah, we'll talk.
All right. Well, as far as events coming up, there are
sorry.
that Broken Ranks is for sure going to be part of. We have Dragonfall, and Holy Wars are 2 charity events. Dragonfall being a more standard GT, Holy Wars being a narrative event. I believe there are tickets still available for both. A bunch of us are going to be at both of them, so if you want to come on out, we'll be there. They're both for very good causes. Funny enough, the two of them, Mark and Steve Herner, are very close friends. The guys that run each of them. So definitely come on out for that. Funny enough, Steve Herner is our painting judge for Windy City Waaagh. So he and I have been hammering out those details this week, and I'm really excited to have him on Saturday. Paint judging will be on Saturday. I'm going to send out an email tomorrow about that. And then Battle of the Bend is, I think, currently sold out, but Kevin Kucharski is looking to maybe add more tables to that. I offered him some mats so that he can open up for 10 more players. No, sorry. Technically, we'll be able to have 20 more players. Yeah, that's how math works. 20 more players. So we'll see. Keep an eye out for that as well. Any events this year that I might have missed? I don't think so, right?
No, I don't think any of us are going. But anyone that is going to LVO, like, good luck. We're very excited for you guys come October. I know it's
none of us are going.
Different game. Yeah,
none of us are going to LVO. I think none of us are going to Michigan GT. Maybe, nobody that's officially broken ranks, I think, is going to Michigan GT. So,
but it's not just those guys that watch us, thankfully. So.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying, like, if you want to hang out with broken ranks,
if you want to come hang out with us, unfortunately, our event space is kind of limited in where we're going this year. Oddly enough, we're usually pretty much everywhere all the time.
Yeah. But let's get into some Waaagh statistics.
Waaagh stats.
Time to watch Corpo Man Carlos with his charts.
Yeah, this is the Windy City Waaagh faction breakdown. There was a couple things that really surprised me.
Look at this graph.
Mostly the lack of death. I think we have 3. I think we have 2 Nighthaunt, 1 Soulblight Gravelord, no OCR. Because that's actually inaccurate. Our OCR player dropped. So no OCR, 1 Soulblight, 2 Nighthaunt, any Flesh Eater Courts? Oh, and one Flesh Eater Court. So 4. Four out of 40, 4 out of 50 death right now. That's crazy.
I will say the lack of OBR is very sad because in our current league, I feel like there is too much OBR, and I have got to fight almost all of them.
We have too much OBR. One of them is locked playing Best White Guy Japan, and then the other one is a wild, crazy person that we love very much.
Yeah. So that was my big takeaway. I was like, wow, where's all the death? Lots of order, lots of destruction, lots of chaos. Heavy order. Heavy order is going to be the hot ticket. It's gonna be the faction, the Grand Alliance to beat. It's order. You will probably be paired into order every time.
No, there's more chaos than order.
I might actually have that statistic.
I mean, there's at least 12. There's at least 12 chaos because 3 out of 4 of our 4 army counts are chaos. Blades of Corn, Magican and Nurgle, Skaven.
Yeah. We got a lot of Skaven. We got respectable Corn players.
You know what it probably is? I think I just tend to forget that Skaven is chaos.
Yeah, well, some of us have to remember how to count, so we do our best.
Hey, man, I was elected to lead, not to read.
Yeah, you were elected to lead, which does include counting, which isn't reading. Congratulations.
I'll be honest,
he delegates.
I don't remember this election.
I mean, to be fair, we all know.
Vote for you.
We all know if there was an election, I would have won it.
I thought we were a triumvirate.
We are.
Oh.
Yeah.
But at the top of the pyramid is me.
Actually, I think I might be. I think order. There might technically be more order because the order ones are a little bit better spread out.
There's a lot of 1s and 2s of order.
Yeah, but like there's also 4-3. So like there are 4-3 army orders, which equals out our 3-4 army chaoses. But then chaos has slaves, hedonites.
One singular slaves to darkness list.
Yeah.
All right, so there's 14.
And it's Dark Oath.
Yeah,
There's
that's
14
the cool army.
There's 14 chaos, and then for order
There should be 15
Or,
chaos.
He's got. Let the man use his calculator.
I mean, if he was able to count,
He's using all the brain cells here.
True.
You can see the cogs turning right now.
Yeah, there's 15 chaos. There's 15 chaos.
Oh no, yeah, chaos is the biggest one by a wide margin.
What?
There's only 10 order.
That's not true. There's at least 12 order. Caradron Overlords, Stormcast Eternals, Fire Slayers, and Cities of Sigmar. That's 12 right there. And then Daughters is 13. Ideneth makes 14. Lumineth makes 15. Seraphon makes 17. So 17 to 15. So 17 order, 15 chaos.
Yeah, still order. Order still to beat. You were right the first time.
He was.
All right. And so Rich just made me use brain cells for no reason. Got it.
I mean, to be fair, you were saying it.
Back.
You were saying that like Order had this insurmountable lead when it's only by 2.
That's pretty insurmountable. Can
I
you
mean,
find 2 more people?
I mean,
Yeah, could you get?
yeah. I mean, no, but like 2.
I would love to have 2 more people join. I'd love to have 4 more.
And they have to be
4
chaos.
more people join.
But like 3 order could drop, so like it's not an insurmountable lead by any stretch of the. But then so could 3 chaos. I'm just saying like.
Why would you say that?
Yeah, I can
Don't
crash
put
Picard
that bad
and
juice
Ryan
in the
will
air.
make it.
I'll put it wherever I want, which is in the air.
Funny enough,
all 46 players are showing up on Saturday.
Funny enough, the people that did drop, because we're currently at 46 now.
That's okay.
The people that did drop, it was a Zinch player, a OBR player, a Big Pig player, and I don't remember the 4th one. Oh, Skaven.
Even more Skaven.
So what you're telling me is chaos is down 2 on the counts. Oof, never mind.
Yeah.
It's now an insurmountable. lead.
Insurmountable.
Insurmountable.
More.
More and more insurmountable. Yeah, no, this is legit. I retract my statement. I owe Carlos a beer. GW owes me and Victor a beer.
Yeah, but let's look at some of these numbers because something's pretty interesting. So KO and Maggotkin are, and I think Fire Slayers.
Yes.
Yeah, Fire Slayers are the only ones with multiple armies being brought that all have the same subfaction.
That's correct.
No differential.
Mannequin?
Yeah,
Yes.
all 4 are Taliban.
Maggotkin are Taliban.
Yeah.
It's right there on our little chart. You made this chart.
To be fair,
I'm sorry. I think you cut out. So did you say Maggotkin and Fire Slayers?
yeah,
Yes.
I heard him say that.
Okay. I didn't. I apologize.
Maybe Carlos's ears cut out. That happens.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. Yeah.
Tired.
So honestly, you could put Cities of Sigmar in there too. There's the 1 Fortress City Defenders of Cities of Sigmar, but
that's how I.
Yeah, I know, but we can talk about the other 3 because the other 3 lists are almost identical. The Fire Slayers lists, I want to say, all have the Soggy Rune Sun. I haven't double checked that.
Oh, yeah.
And then the Maggotkin of Nurgle all have the Demon Prince and Soggy Rodigus. Like these however many lists. Let's see, it's 10. Those 10 lists have very little variance, and unfortunately it's just the meta for those particular armies. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see which one of each of those ends up being the correct one. Because at least with Maggotkin, there is some pretty serious variance aside from the 2 big units I mentioned. But I think all of them are also taking a Harbinger, which makes sense. There's no reason not to take a Harbinger with Maggotkin having a soggy Prayer Lord.
Prayer Lord now.
I would also be willing to bet $1 that they all took the Godsworn Ascendant.
I did say that they all had a Demon Princess.
Yeah, they all have Demon Princes.
Yeah.
They all got Demon Princes. They're all doing
okay.
the 10, the dice roll charge to do fun stuff.
Yeah, the 12 dice 3-ups on Corpulent Avalanche. Yeah, no, it's honestly it's a gross combo.
That you know what though? That's fun. I do not begrudge a single one of those Nurgle player to be like, I'm going to take the fun option. I'm going to have this guy go body slam someone into the ground.
I just wish it wasn't the only, like, I wish someone had something else that had it, because, like, when I was planning on playing Nurgle, I was going to have the Lord of Afflictions doing it. I wished it wasn't, like, the best option was a Regiment of Renown.
But it's also cool that we're seeing the Regiment of Renown because we weren't seeing it until now. Which, I mean, like, could it be said that it wasn't competitive? But, like, like Pat said, it is the fun option.
Yeah.
You get to bring a Demon Prince, and it's doing something for you.
It just happens. It's also the good option.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, he's a beefed up Harbinger that's not a priest, right? Like that's what if you look at his stat line, right, that gets to fight first on a 3-up. Like that's 4-up. Like that's he's good. He's a good unit.
That's the Slaves player. They know what they're talking about.
Sometimes. I'm pretty unga-bunga.
Is there anything else kind of exciting about what we're seeing here? I know we have the single Hedonic player, Godspeed.
I was going to shout them out. I don't know what they're bringing. Wait, hold on. Actually, I do. I want to take a look because I'm always excited when someone's like, I'm going to bust out some Hedonites. I'm going to take a guess on. I'm not looking at the list just yet. I'm going to assume it's going to be 6 Soggy Slangor because why wouldn't you? Sure. All right, so let's see here.
Carlos, didn't you say the Hedonites player dropped?
No.
Oh no, the Tzeentch player dropped. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
One of them, yeah.
We got 2 Blitzburg Seekers, a reinforced of Slickers. Oh my God, Slickblade Seekers.
Whoa!
Our Lord and Savior, Glutos Sorsolian, the Lord of Gluttony. Let's see, 20 Twin Souls, and Infernal Rapturous. It must be
expectations.
Yes, it must be points. What do you do with 90 points? I'm a little surprised. Hold on, what's their subfaction? Invaders. I'm a little surprised on this one. Because a lot of their units aren't benefiting as much from it. I'd have to take a look. I don't know if Invaders impacts the heroes. It might. It probably does. But there's a lot of shooting in the list.
I didn't want to dwell on too much. I just thought that was really cool to see.
Yeah. I was just curious of what they were taking.
Mm-hmm.
I will say the thing that makes me happy as a TO is that we have 4 Khorne players, not a single Gore or what's it called?
Gore Chosen.
Not a single Gore Chosen. And the one guy that was gonna play Gore Chosen was like, "Hey, I played this and it was not fun for my opponents. Therefore, I'm not bringing this."
I mean,
to which I say
it's a good thing because it got stuffed.
Yeah. I would have allowed a list change.
Yeah, I mean, because in
that case, yeah,
because the FAQ basically murdered it. I mean, murdered it. It's still good. The heroes still have
AOS coach is closer to what he said. It's a 2-3-3-2 faction now.
Yeah, but it's definitely not oppressive like a 5-up ward and a 5-up unlimited stand back up. Now it's 6-up ward and the stand up is once per hero.
I think they could have kept the 5-up ward.
They
had a 4-up ward. That's what I said. Is they should have gone to it if they were going to change.
Oh, they were 4-up ward?
They went to a 4-up to a 6-up. Okay,
yeah. That's what I'm saying is like if they were heavy-handed, it.
Yeah,
I think they could have been fine chilling on a 5-up ward.
I thought they only had a 4-up ward against shooting.
Nope, fort ward all the time. They had a 3-up ward artifact against shooting.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that
fort ward all the time went to a 6. Could have
dumb.
gone to a 5 since they changed the stand up to a once per hero 5-up. So it's.
I just got an idea for something because I was thinking to myself, you know what? These armies of renowns, I wish they were better. I wish they were competitive, but not oppressive to the point where they're the only option, right? I want it to be something that, in the hands of somebody good, can potentially 5-0, right? But like sometimes the amount of flavor they put into these army of renowns hinders the competitiveness of the war scrolls, and that really sucks. It'd be maybe kind of cool to do an event, Pat, where you only bring armies of renown.
Once we get further down the line, maybe.
That'd be kind of cool, right? Like everyone's on the same footing because like every book, I promise you, every book has one army of renown that you're like, man, this is fun. It's good, but I'm not going to 5-0. Probably not going to 4-1. Can 3-2 because I'm a good player.
Yeah. So what I would say then, I would just pitch this as an idea. Let everyone use the White Dwarf stuff on top of it. Anything that came out of the White Dwarf that was like a Legends rule would be fun because then you get Korgus Call out of it. You get all of the armies of renown that they did for like Nurgle. Like Tzeentch has a really cool one where you get the basic cities units as cultists in your army. It's really cool.
Ooh, that's really cool. You know what? I am going to do that. We're doing it, Pat.
All right. For anyone who is unfamiliar with my tournaments, I take every tournament and to it because it helps keeps the game fresh. It's just not we're gonna smash all the big lists at each other. Try to do something fun and different.
You heard it here first from the mind of Munoz.
Armies of Renown, baby. Let's go.
Armies of Renown.
So we've yapped a bit. We strayed a bit off topic. I want to hear Pat's and you, Carlos. I want to hear your guys' choices on missions because I think that's why we have them to talk about today. Is why we're using the missions that we have.
Yeah. So I just wanted to, for anybody that feels like watching this podcast before the event, just a refresher on each of the ones I picked. I was a little more heavy-handed in the picking of these. I showed them to Pat and said, Pat, these are the ones I want. Are there any that you think are trash? And I think you vetoed one. You were like, no, let's not do that one. And I don't remember which one it was. And I was like, okay, whatever.
If you did this, I will be honest, I do not remember, but I was that it happened.
Carlos wanted us to play Pass to the Fae. That's the truth of it. Yeah, that's
maybe that was.
5 rounds of Pass to the Fae. That's what he wanted.
5 rounds of Pass to the Fae, baby. Yeah, it kind of happened briefly during our conversation when you were planning for RTT, and I showed you the spreadsheet of all the stuff, and I was kind of like,
okay, yeah. If it was for the summer scourging, then that's probably going to happen.
Yeah, but for the most part,
I was on summer break. It was all blur.
That's fair enough. But yeah, round 1 is Noxious. So sorry. Let me start by saying the reason I chose these 5 maps is, number 1, they all have different deployment zones. That was my number 1 criteria, is I wanted them each to have different deployment zones. I didn't want a singular type of battle tactic card to come out on top. Even though one could argue that when you only have one map that is split in half, Scouting Force becomes a little more foreseeable. That's fine. If that's the worst case scenario, I'll deal with it, because maybe you don't even have a Scouting Force army, you know? So yeah. The other thing is I wanted them to range from wide to smaller areas of contention, just because, again, I didn't want it to be a situation where, this map pack, you have to bring mobile units, right? Or, this map pack has a lot of small zones. I'm just going to bring Nurgle and OBR, and we're going to win every single map because good luck getting us off objectives, right? Because we don't have to move very far. So that was sort of the philosophy behind picking these. Noxious Nexus, I wanted to be the first one because it's a good just wake up and choose violence one. It is definitely a barn burner, and if you play it too aggressively, you could end up losing. If you don't play it aggressively enough, you might still lose, right? So there's it's a little bit more competitive than people give it credit for, especially because I've won games of Noxious Nexus by just not going after Oakenbrow. I was like, listen, like especially as Ideneth. As Ideneth, I do not have the sticking power for my Ideneth. I do not have the sticking power to sit on Oakenbrow for 5 turns. No, I'm gonna fuck off. I'm gonna go over to Narroot and Heartwood, and I'm gonna try to pick you off, so that on round 5 I'm gonna score 10 points and win the game, close it out. Yeah. Then our next one is Creeping Corruption. Decided to move from a close map to a wide map right away, so that the first 2 maps have something big, something small. This is, I think, one of the more competitive maps that just you get to choose your engagements the way you want. You have a lot of flexibility with the underdog mechanic. You can either give yourself casting, or you can choose to get some chip damage off on units. So the underdog mechanic for this one, just like the other one, just like Noxious Nexus, is good, but not like, oh man, the underdog is just going to wildly swing the game. Like, no, the underdog still has to make good choices, right? In order to succeed.
Yep. Also, I'm going to correct myself because I realized I mixed up some maps. So this was actually my game on Saturday, was on Creeping Corruption.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Yep. No worries.
And when we get to passing seasons, I'll say my other correction because I was very off on.
Oh no.
Yep. And then I decided to finish off day 1 with Life Cycle. Again, it's one where the underdog isn't. It's not just I'm going to wildly swing the game. It's more like the underdog now has to decide how he's going to tactically use this mechanic to sort of push the game in their favor. And you still have to be really smart about it, right? There's a lot of choice making to be made. One of the things that I tend to mess up with this one as well is that I tend yesterday was I played this yesterday actually. It was the first time I specifically remembered, and my opponent, who's a very seasoned player, got it wrong too. You can only pick Oakenbrow and Narroot to be the objectives that become the primary on turn 2. I have definitely picked the 2 home objectives a couple times when I was learning 4.2. And even yesterday, when I was playing against my opponent, they were like, "Oh, I'm going to pick the one on my objective." I'm like, "You cannot do that. It specifically says those 2 side ones." He's like, "Oh," it's like, "Yeah, that changes things." I was like, "Yeah, it sure does." I think it sure does. So, but I think it's a good closer. The other thing I will say, a little peek behind the curtain, is that none of these 3 games have mechanics that I think stall the game out too long, because one of the things to pay attention to is that day 1 of our event, we only have 2 hours and 45 minutes for each round, as opposed to day 2 we will have a full 3 hours, and that was just due to time constraint. The venue wanted to cut me off at 5, and I was like, "Can I get 6:30?" And he's like, "Sure, 6:30, but that's it." I was like, "Okay, sure." So I couldn't give us a full 3 hours and still give us time for lunch and to take a breather. And I actually had to have check-in start at 8:30. So, but managed to make it work. But that was the other reason I chose these as well. Is just it's nothing complex. It's nothing where you have to sit there and like get analysis paralysis and
life cycles might run a bit long. Yeah. Of the 3, I think life cycles could.
It's a little. It's a bit of a closer map though, right? Like all the engagements tend to happen on the inside instead of the outside, depending on what army you're playing. And so I could see how a life cycle game might take a little bit longer, but at the same token, a lot of people are. I think because of the differentiating maps, people are going to bring some pretty mobile armies, and even someone like Nurgle can just like move up the board a little bit and pivot pretty quickly to those 3 objectives because it's kind of close by.
The thing that's going to be the longest is if you are playing that middle and trying to decide, are you starting at Oakenbrow or Naru? I think for most armies, it's going to be someone's heavily favoring a side that if they get it, they're like, oh, easy, it's mine, because it ties nicely into the cycle. Like, okay, like if the attacker gets it and they do Oakenbrow, then it's going to go to the purple objective so that they know how to play it. So like you're going to be hedging your bets. Very rarely do I think you're going to go to, man, which one am I going to go with? Like, I don't think it's going to be that slow.
I have found myself when playing this mission, I picked the one where the end of the game, it lands on my home objective because I played more castle-y defensive style armies.
Sure. That makes sense.
I think it does lead into what you're bringing is, as Pat says, like, oh, I could be really aggressive, pick the one that's going to land on you kind of towards the end because I'm going to be there by the end of the game.
And thing is, Slaves of Darkness, I'd be like, no, I think I would want to do the green one, so it hits behind me. I already have that, but I'm still advancing because I maybe don't care about the red objective, but I want to hit the purple objective on that turn.
Yeah. That's fair.
And then round 4 we got linked ley lines. Now we're running into days where we have 3 hours. Linked ley lines is a pretty okay one to start with because the underdog mechanic is pretty inconsequential almost until it's not.
What are you talking about? If manifestations have strike first, that is the greatest thing in the whole entire world.
Oh,
Do you want the Fincarnate striking first?
Oh yeah.
I've gotten to do it. It's fun. I've gotten to do it. But for the most part, right? Like, it doesn't come up until it does, and even when it does, it's a pretty easy thing to remember. Or I guess one can even argue to forget because it doesn't come up that much.
Mm-hmm.
And then finally is round 5. This is definitely the more convoluted one, which is why I chose it to be last. And that way we're not pressed for time. And odds are this is where everyone's going for all the marbles. So you have to use the most brain power. And if games go a little bit over, that's fine. I'm not going to scream out dice down on this one. This one I'll let it play out probably an extra half hour if I have to. Because we should be done by 5 at the latest. So, but we still have the place till 6:30. But yeah, those are the 5 battle plans. I'm really excited. One of the things that I'd like to try to do for this is something that I saw at Gateway, and that's that they try to give out some of the awards and some of the prizes, some of the raffle prizes during the event, so that the final award ceremony doesn't take like an hour, and people can just go home. So might try
pack my stuff and go.
Yeah, might try that out a little bit. Pat, what do you think?
I think it might be hard during day 1 if we're only giving 2 hours and 45 minutes. Someone having to leave the game to run up and grab something could be a bit of a problem. But on day 2, I think we have a little bit of extra time. Then yeah, we might be able to do something.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Come deliver the gifts personally. That's all I got to do.
And give them a little smooch.
Yeah, that's part of the gift.
Mm-hmm. Sure. I'm getting
Your wife will understand.
Yeah, I'm sure.
It's all for the bit.
Also, to correct myself on passing seasons, I don't want to disrespect Mike in any way. It was much closer. I think it was only 5-point difference. I had a 30-point swing at the end of the game, and that's why it went the way that it did.
Oh,
how do you score 30 points?
So, fun fact on round 5 for everybody. This is important. All the objectives turn on. All of them.
But they do
5 for each one.
They do, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And I had some incompleted
no.
that I had to do.
No. That's not true at all. in battle rounds 2 and 4, score 5 victory points for each Oakenbrow. The Oakenbrow is not on in round 5.
No.
Oh wait, no.
Battle rounds
sorry.
1, 3, and 5 score 5 for each Naru. In battle rounds 2, 4. Oh, you're right. It is there.
Yeah.
Well,
Connor.
I might have lost that game.
Come on!
I might have lost that game. That's okay.
Connor was like 2, 4, and 5. It's right there.
What's worse, we've all been playing it that way, so I
haven't.
Probably lost by 5 points then, and that's okay.
Call your boy up right now on the phone. Put him on speaker.
No, it's okay. No, he's at work right now, so I literally can't.
I mean, you can. We're just gonna.
No,
we're
I'll
gonna do
let him
benefit
know.
of not letting-
I'll let
not
him
having-
because we didn't mean to do that because we both read it. We're like, yeah, that's right, and then we just kind of went around.
I was like, I read it. I'm like, that's not how that works. And then I looked over. I'm like, it does say 2, 4, and 5. And then I'm like, wait, rounds 2 and 4, score 5. I'm like, I see.
Yeah, there we go. See, we've learned that part out.
Yeah.
It's all right.
All right.
I'm kind of curious. How much does passing season change?
Oh no,
if
that means that we
actually is
tied
true?
because we did the same thing. That's
I mean-
we tied that game because he did the same thing and he scored 15 out of objectives, and I was not scoring pretty much the whole game.
Okay, so I mean, yeah, so you would have tied. How much does that
Call
change?
him up.
How much does that change passing season? I mean,
Like
much.
what if passing seasons was 1, 3, 5, and 2, 4, and 5? That like last round, all objectives are in play.
That
That's
would be really
wild.
fucking cool.
That's wild.
honestly,
That would be cool.
Here to hear first, I'm a bad fucking player, and I should not be allowed to read anything ever.
so the thing that I have an issue with, if that was the case, is that there's an argument to be made to basically just submarine the whole time until rounds
Oh, like
4.
I did?
Yeah, like submarine the whole time until rounds 4 and 5. Like just work on like cutting your enemy to pieces and getting your battle tactics, and then rounds 4 and 5 just like go ham and score as many objectives as you can. And if you've like tabled your opponent, then it's really just a win more.
Yeah.
But if you're not able
I
to
couldn't
do
that
that,
at all, by the way.
yeah, if you're not able to do that, like if you're not able to like table your opponent and like submarine it that particular way, it makes for a very explosive round 5. Like if it's been a close game, it becomes a very, very scary game just in general. It's interesting. It's not balanced because like you have a round that has 10 more points available to a person than any other game. Like you can max score 90
Yeah,
points
no, it
then?
was. I had a feeling when I was even reading it off of. I definitely screwed something up. What did I do? Because we both did it to each other, so I don't know what we did wrong.
Yeah,
And
but-
that was it. We just forgot how to read because he plays Yu-Gi-Oh and I'm dumb.
Look,
So.
he plays Yu-Gi-Oh, so his eyes are strained from reading the novel they put on each card.
No, the Yu-Gi-Oh players don't read. That's the thing. They don't know how cards work until you tell them how they work. They
Yeah.
just take it for granted because they don't want to read it.
They basically have a player spark notes, you know? That's all they've got is
And this is why Magic is the superior card system.
I mean, Magic sometimes has the same problem. I'm not gonna
Card memes aside and speculation of how I fucked up this mission, I'm really happy with how day 2's
Look,
going.
Magic players understand the phrase "the card explains the card." Yu-Gi-Oh players don't.
read the card explains the card. Read the card explains the card. My Discord's
mission
always
explains.
always memeing on everyone who plays Magic when that happens. It's great. I love it.
All right. Carlos, what do we have next? What are we doing next?
So
Lists.
for the next couple slides, we're going to go over some lists. Everybody on this call has picked one list that they said, "Hey, this is pretty good. It has a good chance of winning." And we've also picked one list that we said, "Hey, this may not be the most meta list per se, but keep an eye out for this one, because it might surprise you." So I started with Connor. Give us your
All right.
give us your hot takes here.
All right, so I'm going to get up on my soapbox for a bit, and I apologize to everyone watching because I might just turn everyone off. I'm going to preface this with I have zero issue with anybody who's playing this. I have met just about everyone who's going here. A vast majority of people that are going. Love everyone. They're great people. Would absolutely play them any time of the week. Don't care what they bring. However, I picked Corey and his Cities of Sigmar list as the list that is going to do well because Cities of Sigmar armies have become the most boring slop fest of score point win game I have ever seen, and it is showing in our event because all the Cities of Sigmar lists, and your wife included, are about 65 to 75% the same.
Aaron's list is a little bit different.
Yes, it has some good variety, and I'm super happy for it because it has cool models and good structure. But this is an army that has vast unit variety, amazing choices in what you can do, and we've landed on 3 cannons, 20 cavaliers, the priest lady and her entourage, a wizard of some kind, doesn't matter if he's on a damn chariot or walking on foot with his bros, a command corps, and then 2 Callus Toll and all their fucking... That's what the army has turned into. That's what's driving it to its absurd win rate. It's fucking boring. I'm sorry. Like, this is a tournament. Do what you gotta do. This is gonna be the boring slot fest.
Yeah, I mean...
It's not fun. It looks so dull.
It also has the Fusel Major in all of them on Ogre
Yes,
Warhol.
it also has a guy riding an ogre that he convinced to back off.
That's because he's busted. He's so busted, dude.
So to jump in, like not to go too much further off of what Connor said, my list, I chose Kevin because it's pretty much the same thing. Like, it can play all of those maps well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like it wants to sit there and shoot. It'll get wherever it needs to go. It's Cities of Sigmar good stuff.
Yeah. And no fault to anyone. Like, they want to win. They want to do their very best, and I commend them for that. And they have my respect as people anyway. This is just so boring that I can't imagine that this is going to be enjoyable for some people because it's like, oh, Pontifex is going to shit all over my wizards and priests by round 3, and I have nothing to do. The Cavaliers are going to lock me in my deployment zone because they're 60 wounds at a 3-up armor save. And then cannons are just going to reroll all their stuff and do a gajillion damage to everything. And then anytime they want to do covering fire, oh, Command Corps, do 2 and hit normally. Like, you get 10 shooting phases with your army. Like, why the fuck? Like, how is this fun for people? This just, you have so much unit variety, and you chose, I'm going to just do everything better than you with very little interaction outside of hope you can kill my shit.
Yeah, I mean, so this, I've played this list with a variation of my Adneth list. I actually played Kevin's list. There were some minor modifications to his list that he's since changed. He dropped a bunch of Fusiliers for Callus and Toll, is what I think ended up happening.
I think Callus and fucking Toll teleporting with a 4-up word. They can go fuck themselves. Everyone fucking takes these assholes.
The worst part...
They get double damage against priests and wizards. It's crazy.
But
it's the 4-up word teleporting on objectives.
Yeah,
let's be real here. It's because they sit on an objective and never fucking die.
Well, also, don't forget, they set up with a 9 away, but it's really 6 away because they're going to move 3. Like, they'll get there. Yeah, no, like...
Nothing against everyone. Like Pat said, it's just good stuff. It's nothing but good stuff, and it's like cool. I feel like I am. That's how the tournaments go. Again, I'm not faulting them for taking that, but I wish that we had more innovation, or at least they were willing to try something different. Because it's like cool. I feel like I'm at a Magic event playing these armies, and I'm just gonna hope my 2 hours end and it goes by quickly.
So I will say, I think what hurts at this point, like, I'm just thinking back all the times we've had AOS World, and City of Sigmar has won AOS Worlds, what, like 2 years in a row now at this point, 3 years in a row?
Past 2 years.
But-
Probably going to be 3.
Probably going to be 3. But if I recall, I think 1 year, wasn't it Cities versus Cities?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Gavin versus Dylan.
It was last year.
But those 2 cities lists were different from each other. They were
Vastly different.
They were vastly different. So the fact that Cities of Sigmar has just landed on those units is such a shame. Like, for any of the armies in here, when every list is so homogenized to, it's really 1,700, 1,800 points, and then the last 200-300 is flavored for taste, because the 1,700 points is just going to do everything you need it to. I feel it's a little sad state for the army that there isn't enough in there that you can really spread out a whole lot. Like, you're kind of gunning for the same thing over and over again.
All right, Carlos, what you got to say? I saw that hand up.
He raised his hand. He gets a turn.
Yeah,
I saw it.
So, here's what I'll say. I'll say my part. I've played Cities of Sigmar. Okay, I just like many others, when the Scourge of Gyran stuff came out, I immediately looked at the camera. I immediately looked at the cameraman of my life, like an episode of The Office, and went, "Oh, I guess I'm playing Cities of Sigmar now because this is fucking crazy." And like, you guys all saw it. I started playing Cities of Sigmar immediately when Scourge came out, and I wasn't having fun because I was like, this is too good. This is just too good. I was like, how do you lose with this?
And you
misplay your name. You misplay your Cav.
Misplay your Cav. That's right. Yeah. All the pieces of this list, if you look at them on their own, actually aren't oppressive. There's a reason you didn't see.
Outside of Pontifex, I will not accept that.
Pontifex is still oppressive. Cans are still oppressive.
Let me finish. Let me finish what I'm going to say, and I promise you're going to agree with me. No, there's a reason no one was running cannons. There's a reason nobody was spamming Cavaliers, and that is because Pontifex is insanely powerful, right? That's why she's the problem. And I say she's a problem because what she's doing is she's taking all these units that normally on their own weren't oppressive. If I smash 10 Cavaliers into you and they whiff, they're done for. They're out in the open and lambs to the slaughter. If I misplay the cannons, they're gone, right? If you move the cannons, they can't shoot anymore, or they don't get their good shooting profile, right? Pontifex changes all of that. Pontifex can teleport the cannons, and the cannons still get their best profile. You can now charge with Cavaliers with wanton destruction, and be like, oh, okay, cool. Guess I'm gonna get them back now. She's the problem. I guarantee if you took Pontifex out of all these lists, we wouldn't be having this conversation. She should probably go up.
I could probably agree to that. But at the same time, it's so set up like Pontifex. So Pontifex is the Band-Aid. It's the get out of jail free card. Oh, I fucked up my charge. I'm gonna fix it. All my cannons are in the wrong position. I'm gonna fix it. She's the get out of jail free card for an army that genuinely, you can run this without Pontifex. If you position the Cav well, you have it up. You don't need Pontifex. They do their job. You lock your opponent in your deployment zone, and you have 10 shooting phases. That's all you fucking do.
I mean,
with rerolls every time. That's where I start to have the issue. Is it's a good army that has a lot of good synergies that when you play it well, it does it great. But then Pontifex has always been broken, and now she just says, "Cool, you can fuck this up now. You can screw this up, and you're not punished for it." It takes the skill out of these good players and says, "Fuck that, you don't need it anymore."
Yeah, I think Pontifex should just say, "Not in combat."
Wow, you mean every other fucking spell and ability that isn't just tied to a war scroll?
Yeah, R.I.P. Deepkin, bro.
I apologize for the language. I apologize for getting frustrated. I know it's really annoying to hear.
Getting the podcast demonetized.
Yeah, I know. These boys, if you've seen our talking about when they were painting Ideneth, we had no chance of money at that point.
But here's what I'll say like to that. Like I get where you're coming from. And the thing is, like, as a competitive Age of Sigmar player, right, myself, while I don't try to only focus on the best units in any particular book, that's something
you're not going to you don't shy away from it if your goal is to win. And that's why I preface this with I have no with people, and I understand the environment that we're in. It's just disappointing that this is what it is. And again, we're taking these awesome players, and there's a unit in their army we're taking that pretty much says you don't need to actually be as good as you are as a person. You could fuck up, and there's no punishment to you.
Sure.
Also,
and that adds a lot of salt to the wound.
I'm also kind of upset that Pontifex is an infantry hero.
You think she'd be a war machine?
I think she shouldn't be able
just not have a keyword, frankly. Like, screw it, just don't give her one.
My issue is that she gets to take advantage of guarded hero. She gets to take advantage of the obscuring terrain, and she's probably the most oppressive thing that can do both of those. There's not a single more oppressive model that can that's still
Eltharion is the combat equivalent to that.
Sure, but Eltharion gets to...
Eltharion also doesn't do half of what she does.
And Eltharion still has to go in and fight. Like, he still has to go in and...
She can sit in the back and do her thing.
Yeah.
Let's not forget she has, like, 7 health and a 6-up save.
And a 4-up ward.
And we've already... all the Nighthawk sayers, like, we've seen what a 4-up ward and a 6-up...
I'd also like to point out that she's a 5-up ward and 9 wounds. Or, I'm sorry, a 5-up save and 9 wounds. 5-up save, 9 wounds, 4-up ward. Can't be shot outside of 12. Can take advantage of obscuring and not be shot or targeted by spells at all. Can teleport herself to...
Or other things.
No.
No, she can't teleport herself because if she leaves the board... Cool. Because if you try to teleport her, she leaves the board.
And she can't be set up.
Place her within range of herself, which is no longer on the board. So she can't teleport herself.
Okay, sorry. She can't teleport, but she can move 14 inches on an auto 6 with the order.
She moves 8.
With the order.
I mean everything else in that army just moves fast anyways when you're like, oh well, it could just 3 inches.
Yeah.
So I mean, like, I'm just pointing out that, like, as a model that has almost no counterplay, like, they specifically gave her everything that she needed to be completely untargetable by most of the things that can kill someone with a 4-up ward. And then she also gets guarded hero when she's not near an obscuring piece of terrain. And also, she just kills your manifestations and hurts your spellcasters, your wizards, your priests. Like, why? Like, and then teleports 3 units.
Listen, I didn't say she wasn't good. I said she should go up to 300 points.
300 points? Sure. Yep.
Sure.
You need a force that is a Sigmar to probably lose a unit.
All right,
something's got to go.
We should probably
move on to. I'll get off my soapbox now. I'm going to talk about. Robert's Thunderquake is good. Robert's got shoes to fill, and he's filled it for me. I'm hyped for him, and I want him to do as best as he can. I picked this because it was cool. I don't care how much it could go 0-5, and I think this was one of the funnest lists in the entire thing.
I think given the layout, Robert's only obstacle is going to be KO. Like, most of the armies that are playing this weekend have a lot of physicality to them and aren't just trying to run around the board. Like, they want to brawl, and that's exactly where Thunderquake Starhost wants to be, right? So aside from KO, who by the way, I think some of the KO lists are pretty melee centric as well. Like, I think you're right. I think you're right, and that this isn't what you're seeing right now. Take the podiums at 5-0, but. Yeah. This list is set up. I want it to. It's set up for success, and I think this could easily 3-2. just because of the physicality of it.
Yeah.
A lot.
No,
a lot
I could see. I see Robert going positive with this very easily. I think this has all the pieces it needs to combat a lot of what's annoying out there, and what we're expecting in our event to be very frustrating. And it was not mean to be negative at all. I realized I was just coming off a high of I just ranted for 20 minutes about silly humans. So apologies to Robert there. Apologies to everyone else. It's been that kind of day. But this is a very cool list. Scourge Guy ran Cold Blood, my favorite model. It's so cool. It's going to do crap tons of damage. It's going to have help these Daggerdon what they need to do. And we got Source Warriors. We got the Astrolith Bearer for wards. We got the Star Seer to turn off wards. I believe it still does that. And Croc Scores for fun, because Croc Scores hit like trucks for no good reason at all.
Because they're big boys.
They're big boys.
Just a boy.
Even a unit 3. I think a unit 3 is going to... I'm looking forward to this.
Hell yeah. I like your picks, man. Good stuff.
Yay.
So I would say...
I'm going to drink water, calm down, and let someone else rant.
I would say this list actually has even... I think Connor's right, and I actually do think this list could go 5-0. Because, again, as Carlos was saying, the only lists that really could hurt it are KO. And he brought the perfect manifestation lore to fight KO.
All right.
Listen!
Fire
it's
Slayers
right!
All over him.
Fire Slayers will also give him some trouble, because they can do a lot of crit mortals and fight first. But either way...
They do funny things.
They do funny things. All right. The next cards are my choices. I started with Kamran, who it's so funny. I just played Kamran for the first time because we're in a different Discord together, and he posted, "Hey, does anybody want to play TTS?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'll play TTS with you." And then we're playing the game, and I was like, "Wait a minute, couldn't we have just met in person?" And he's like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Why haven't we just met in person and played?" Because we go to all the same events, and we've never played each other. And I know he's a good player. Like, he is recognized as a great player. But yeah, he is bringing a Weird Flame Host, which is you'll have -1 to wound fire. And I love his list name. The bird in the back said, "Everyone attacking it, turn it to a Zango Blitz, Zango Blitz." So that's a lot of fun. He's bringing a lot of the Carrick Acolytes, which they have an ability where once per turn in the shooting phase, they can add 1 rend to melee weapons used by other Acolytes. So you can just get a bucket of attacks with extra rend with the Acolytes. It's nasty. I've seen him pilot this list. It's good. It's Zinch. Kairos basically just controls the board however he sees fit, and I think it has a lot of play.
Yeah, Kamran's also a phenomenal Zinch player in general, so I think he's piloted this very well.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, and even something like KO, which I think right now is gonna really be the faction to beat at our event, just because they're new. The FAQ, which we'll go over a little bit later. Well, you guys will, because I didn't read any of it. From what I see, the new FAQ really didn't do much to hurt them, per se.
No, it only helped them.
So, yeah. So, like, KO right now are the bad boys on the block. And Conran, his second army is KO. So if anyone knows how to beat KO or knows the path to victory, it's going to be Conran. So I'm picking Kamran as a top 10 finisher for my pick as well.
I'm actually really glad that Kamran's playing Disciples of Zinch, because his KO list has 4 gun haulers, and I don't know what I would do against that with my Undeath list. I just don't. I don't
know what most people do against 4 soggy gun haulers, but that's besides the point.
I mean, Jaws. Ravenex Gnashing Jaws is like being able to do impact mortals if you don't have it like in your list natively, and then just weight of attacks is the only really way to kill 20 wounds on a 2-up save.
Yeah,
unless you have crit mortals or impact mortals. I also would like to point out that I love that you picked 2 song name lists.
Sure did.
You sure
He's on a
did.
music break.
I sure did. I am gonna. Yeah. My next pick, my dark horse, is Trevor. I picked Trevor because for a couple reasons. One, like this is the last hurrah with this list, right? So he's got an axe to grind. All right. He wants to go out in a blaze of glory. He's been putting in a ton of work. My man has been getting the reps in. Like I've never seen him get reps in before. So he's passionate. There's again, this is going to be a melee heavy battle, based on the faction layout. If he can dodge KO, and even then, right? Like KO, like cool, just make 4-up saves, right? Like he still has the army that just make 4-up saves and you win your games. So, yeah, I think his list is solid. He knows how to play it. He knows KO as well, right? So I think that Trevor, who historically hasn't been going as positive at events as he should be, just because he keeps getting some bad matchups. He keeps getting a lot of matchups where he just gets countered. But I think he's set to be a top 10 finisher as well. So
he's set up for success. I think he can.
He's set up for
He's due his
success.
time. He's due his time.
Yeah, and if he does, I think I'm going to change his entrance song to that one, the John Cena song. My time is now. Bam, bam, bam.
Yeah, he doesn't get what I actually pick. If he does well, he doesn't have a choice.
Yeah. All right. Next is Rich's card.
Yeah.
Rich, tell us about your 2 picks.
So my 2 picks are actually Clay's KO, which is, I'm fairly certain, almost identical to what we talked about at in the KO. In the KO,
Relatively, there's a few changes
in
our episode.
What did change? I don't think he had Brock in that list, did he?
No, he went much more melee folk and that kind of thing.
Yeah,
sure.
So he's got the Ended Master with Ended Harness that we talked about for the healing. He's got Brock for the extra melee attacks. He's got 2 reinforced units of Sky Wardens. He's got Salvagers, an Ironclad with the Ram, the Admiral with the Bamboozling Flat Gun. He's probably going to have the Celestian Burst Grenade on his Ended Master. It's a list it's very good melee KO list. Sky Wardens,
because he could take an extra artifact. Is that why?
Yeah, the Engineers Guild Expeditionary Force is the extra artifact, which got buffed in the FAQ today.
We'll talk about it.
We'll talk about it when we get there. But yeah, it got buffed in the FAQ. I don't think it's going to make much of a difference, especially since he didn't choose a spell. He's probably never going to take Spell in a Bottle, but that is a thing that KO now will do, and just they'll have 3 endless spells that they get to choose from. Full free. Not for free, but they have to pay for it. So maybe that one won't come up that often. But it's a good all-around list. It's got great shooting. It's got a regular Gunstock Gun Hauler, so not the Soggy Gun Hauler. But it's got the new Salvagers. It does all the things that KO likes to do. It moves around the board. It's probably going to turn off your wards. It's going to ruin your charges with the Bamboozling Flat Gun. It's just a good list all around, and it's a 2-drop, so it's going to have prio most of the time, because 1-drop lists don't really exist. 2-drop is sort of the new 1-drop, and there's not a lot of lists that get away with having 2-drops at this particular time. I think this list is a good KO list and has a strong chance of 5-0ing. Depending on matchups, obviously there's always going to be one matchup that you're just never going to win, but that's tournament games, It all depends on
fight your hardest for those.
Yeah. My personal dark horse list was we talked about how I wasn't like a huge fan of seeing all these demon princes, but I understand it. And it's a Nurgle list, and I had to pick Nurgle for my dark horse just because Nurgle was what I was going to play. So I had to give a Nurgle player. I picked Brad's Magakin here. I really like what he's done. He's got reinforced Blight Kings to take advantage of Stagi Radagus's -1, so those Blight Kings are all hitting you on 3s and 3s, Rend 2/1 damage, but it's like a bucket of dice of attacks at you. So really taking advantage of Stagi Radagus's aura. He's got a Harbinger of Decay to give you those prayers. He's got another unit of Blight Kings, and then he brought Blobe, and I do love Blobe in any list. So like, I just love this list. It's got decent spell casting. It's got access to all the spells that you really need from Nurgle. He's got the Sloppity to give you buffs to Rodigus, really, is the only option here. Actually, now that I think about it. No, actually, the Demon Prince can get... that's gross. The Demon Prince shouldn't be able to be buffed by Sloppy Bob Hybrid, but he can. And that's disgusting. That's not right. That's
Would
not...
you say it's disgustingly resilient?
No.
Would you say it's disgustingly resilient?
No, it's not resilient at all. That's the thing. Like, I mean, he could be -1 to hit, but he could also just be ignoring your wards. Or wounding on 2s. It's just gross. That's not right, man.
Yarp. Yarp.
6 attacks, damage 3 crit mortals. No, you don't get your ward.
Now you get it. Now you see it, man. That's why he's basically an auto-include right now, man.
Yeah, I know, and that's why I think there's hidden tech here that you don't really see. Aether Rot Machineries, because it's free, makes sense.
Hey man, hey Rich, just say the word and I'll start building, buddy.
What is that going to do me any good? I'm not bringing it to Battle of the Bend.
He's not bringing it to this one.
And I'm not bringing it to this one.
For other events, I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm not bringing it to Battle of the Bend. I'm gonna play IDK.
That's right.
Also,
right.
So live update here. I reached out to my. I told him he died because we didn't know. He's like, lol, nice.
Lol.
Did you tie at 69 though?
No, we didn't. We were there,
Okay.
dude. I was so in that game before. We'll jump to Pat. We'll let Pat have their talk. But just really quick, I literally scored like 5, 10. Like, that's what I did. I barely scored anything. I scored nothing.
That's fair.
You lose.
No,
Hey,
I
sir.
tied. There's a difference. All right, let's let Pat have their time.
Yeah.
All right, so for the list, I think it's going to do very well. I picked Kevin. It's like, you know, as I said when Connor was speaking, very much, you know, it's cities good stuff. Pontifex is Pontifex. She's, you know, 50 points undercosted.
Or more.
The Great Cannons are, 3 Great Cannon, Cavalier Marshal, so that the Scourge of Iran Cavaliers can do their strike first and just hit hard as hell. The Fusel Major, because why not?
You went Sluggy.
The Marshal and Relic Envoy, and with the Command Corps, so that they have their 5. And of course, who could forget Callus and Toll? There is a Battle Mage in there, but that's probably just to... Let's see. Equipment power. Yep.
Spells, I think.
Yeah. Just get at least an endless spell. Throw bridge up there so that, you know, you have a blocker, or just bridge something out of combat, as I've seen Kevin do.
I just want to state for the record that my wife has neither Talus or Toll or the Battle Mage. Because she's cool.
Your wife automatically wins.
Yeah.
GG.
She's got Talia Vedra. Like, there's no
tell her right
there's no
now
losing.
that I approve.
Yeah. There's no losing that list. It's got Talia Vedra. It's got the coolest model that exists in Cities of Sigmar.
It does. So massive points to her, though.
Yeah.
We'll be excited when I'm walking around to see her play. My dark horse pick, because I'm addicted to the Gamba. I'm addicted to Gotcha, and this list is nothing but Gotcha, and that is it is Alex's 4 Warp Lightning Cannon Skaven list.
Delicious.
Look, he's gonna roll a couple hot ones, and boy, that's gonna be an exciting time. So to go over it, there is some changes here, and I don't know, Carlos, if you could update it since I sent you the new list. But going over it, because I'm going over it real quick. So Master's passing Restless Energy. Yeah, he's going to be able to look at a hero and say you don't. And hopefully with enough shooting, he can just run some rats on to start reclaiming objectives and stuff like that to start throwing some tactics. So I think his tactics are pretty sound. So he's got an Arc Warlock. It is the general and does have Devious on, so that it can pass off the ability. Currently, the list on the screen says that it's on the Scourge Guy ran Gracier. However, that FAQ broke things and stuff had to be moved. But so we got the 4 Warp Lightning Cannon. So I think it's 2d6 shots. Each 4-up is just a mortal wound. That's pretty damn good.
Is that a normal shooting attack?
I think it's an ability shooting.
I'll double check for you guys. Keep going.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I don't think it should be subjected to Guarded Hero. But so great, the Gracier, Saki, pretty good. And then that is 80 clan rats that he's got there. And models get brought back. They just gum up the works. Now they die to a stiff freeze, but it's got some stuff there. The Warwick Bombardier, and then finally 6 Rattling Guns. So just rolling absolute buckets of dice as we live edit to put Alex's new list on.
There we go.
We can now see Arc Warlock now has the Devious on it.
So let me update it.
I did already.
Very not so stealthy update, but it is.
Yeah, we've done this before. I've done it plenty of times.
But yeah, I think if Alex just has a few good rolls go his way, he could just delete units that the rest of his units could just struggle to delete. He doesn't have a whole lot of other. He's going to struggle to punch through some armor, but he's really going to rely on those Warp Lightning Cannons. If those get tied up, it's game over for him. But if he doesn't go 5-0, he's definitely in the running for I didn't hear no bell.
Oh, for sure.
Honestly,
right.
I don't think he should be able to win that award because he can only hear bell.
Yeah, he's a Skaven player. He only has a bell.
There's a bell in his list. He has to have heard it at least once. I just don't think he's eligible to win that award. He heard the bell.
That's okay. And the live update as we're doing, it is a normal shooting attack.
Okay, so it does have to
every
respect.
hit is a mortal damage. It has to hit, and it has a hit profile. So -1s do affect it.
Oh, okay.
And he can add 6 to the attack, so it can be 2d6 plus 6, but every one makes him take D3 mortal wounds.
You know what? You take that every
Gamba,
you take
bro.
That every
you
day.
just Gamba this way.
I know him. He is addicted to the gotcha.
Yeah,
he will. If he's a favorite player, he's gambaing every turn. If he doesn't gamba, why is he playing Scape?
Why is he playing Scape?
He does, yeah.
Exactly. He'd just be a dirty clan rat, and a more superior rat will come in removal.
All right.
But I think
you can all out attack that too.
Yep.
Yeah.
You can all out attack it. You can do whatever you need to do for it.
In the rules of the game, do you roll for your characteristic before all out attacking?
Yes, because you have to roll the attack characteristic, and then you assign your attack.
Yeah.
Oh, that's beautiful. So you can just wait for the big one, wait for the 10. Oh, I got 10 attacks. Cool. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna all out attack this one.
Yeah.
Take you 10 mortal wounds.
I think that's gonna be his plan. Is he's gonna take the one that he's gambling with, take the +6, risking blowing up, and just say I'm out attacking. If he doesn't, he dies anyway. So
Yeah.
Wild. Yeah, I like your picks, man.
Yeah, I mean, I think everyone's picks were great. I think everyone, and I think that just says a lot about the competitive scene that we've got showing up to Windy City Waaagh. There's a lot of lists that in the right circumstances can take it all. I know we harped a little bit on some of the lists that were kind of bringing the same stuff, but like we didn't even talk about Fire Slayers and the Rune Sun. Like there's a ton of lists that can go 5-0 here, and I think every single dark horse we picked could go 5-0, and I think every single of our like pick to win lists could go 5-0. And that's, I mean, between the four of us, that's 8 lists out of 46 so far that we think could take it all. And there's many more too. We didn't talk about every single list, obviously, because we just don't have the time. But like, there's a ton of lists that have a 5-0 potential, and I really love seeing that for the event.
Yeah, I know there's an iDeath list and there's an LRR list that we didn't get to cover yet, but they've got good shots.
I don't think I've got a good shot.
I still don't know. I know Carlos was talking about it, but I still don't know if my list get actually.
I mean, -1 to hit is a hell of a drug.
It is. So, it's why I leaned into it with 50 of my 64 model. So.
My entire army can be -1 to hit.
I didn't ask you.
Yeah, that's fair. My entire army also can't be shot outside of 12 if I get my my ritual off. It's great. I love it. Can't wait.
Thank God I'm a combat army. That's the thing I'm doing apparently. I'm going.
I remember back in the day when I played an army that had -1 the board.
Oh, Slanesh.
That was fun, right?
Yeah. After like what, 6 depravity points, something like that.
No, it was 12.
It was 12
depravity points that you got there. And for the one Dragonfall, I got to run them. Made Magic Gathering cards that had Danny DeVito holding a 6 and can I offer you a 6 in these trying times? And that's what I would hand players for Temptation.
I love it.
Yeah. Pat, did you know what me and my team for Adepticon in 2024 did?
Oh yeah. You guys were 4 Slanesh players, and that was a beautiful thing. I love it.
Yeah, we handed out cookies for ours. We offered cookies. We didn't offer 6s. We offered cookies.
How could you say no to that?
We
definitely won a game. Well, run around because of the cookies. I will say that we had a great time with that one.
It's good. You love to see it.
The last one I did, we did not hand out anything, though I did get Scooter to add a tick mark to my Mega Boss's shoulder pad because he did get to kill a hero in our game. So yeah, so I've got a model that can never be touched again for painted.
Perfect.
It's not this one. It's one of my Mega Bosses I have here. Has got a white tick mark on it.
Nice. But no, very excited. I'm really looking forward to the lists. And yeah, like we said, we didn't even go. Like there's a 60 Fnatic list that we didn't even touch.
Oh, that hurts my soul.
Is that not Sam?
No, Sam's not running that one. That's someone else.
No, Sam has class.
Sam's running all Trogs.
So he's running all. So he's running all wolves, right?
I don't even.
I don't remember.
Do you mean stabbers or shooters? You don't mean fanatics. You mean stabbers or shooters.
What about 160 Fanatics on foot?
Fanatics.
Fanatics. The ones that come in units of 3.
The one that come in units of 5.
5. Got it. And there's it lists as 60 of them.
Yes.
Holy shit. I'm so glad I'm not.
I think it's like 50 Loon Smashes and 10 Spores.
That's too much.
I'm so glad I'm not playing. I'm so glad I'm out. I'm not playing this tournament.
He's still being traumatized from Gateway and being blasted by the soggy ones. That's the funny part. These aren't even the soggy ones. These are just the normal ones.
Oh really? I take it back. This person has class. Who is it?
I will come up with that in a bit here. Let's dive into the fact really because we are hitting our hour-and-a-half mark right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys take the lead because I didn't read a single one.
All right. Rich, go ham, my friend, or Pat. Either or friends.
I'm ready to start.
I will say FAQ. They made the wrong call on interception recovery. If you take a double turn, and you have managed to kill all of the treasure units, you should not lose one because the unit is not on the board anymore.
I disagree wholeheartedly.
Nah.
That's fine.
I'm
You're
staying
allowed
out
to-
of this. We're gonna let them do
You're
it.
allowed to have that opinion.
That's fine.
Nah.
No, I don't think that intercept and recover is already like so often chosen, and the reason being is because all of our armies these days want to, for the most part, brawl. It's the ones that don't take intercept and recover. I think that you shouldn't be, if you manage to get 2 kills in a single turn, I don't think that you should get away with avoiding the inbuilt mechanic to make intercept and recover a little bit more balanced by being able to take a free double since you killed everybody who has the intercept and recover tokens. Like it just doesn't sit well with me that someone could get that. I mean, granted, you have to kill 2 or 3 things in a single turn, but then immediately being able to turn around and say, my double turn, sure, I'll take it because I've already killed everything. I'll just score them in 3, 4, and 5 because I'm doubling you 1, 2. Like I just don't think that's fair, and I think
Yeah.
I will say it's a lot harder to get a double kill like that. Like your opponent has to really mess up their positioning that you are scooping up 2 to 3 points or 2 3 of their gold carrier units all in a go. Not saying that it can never not happen. I've definitely done that in my game where I picked up right. But I felt that my opponent at that point had probably misplayed at that point because they just gave up their entire army. So I will meet you in the middle, and I can say I can see why in some areas, but there's still downside to taking the double. You are giving your opponent, if you are getting that many points, you're probably not giving your opponent free double, or like you're giving them underdog. Like, and some of those underdog mechanics are still very strong to have. So I don't think it's as free, but yeah, I'll leave it.
sure.
Agree to disagree on the.
That's fair. I feel like it was a fair change, but I don't feel super strongly about it because again, you are right. It doesn't come up that often. What I do feel strongly about is Path of the Fae, and Path of the Fae got changed.
So what did they actually change? Because it really just read the same.
So originally, Path of the Fae said all units within 6 inches of any target objective, so you pick 2 objectives when you're the underdog, must be removed from the battlefield by their commander. Those units are vanished. Then, starting with you, players must take it in turns to set up each friendly vanished unit wholly within 6 of either target objective and more than 3 inches away from all enemy units. Those units cannot use move abilities in the first movement phase of the battle round. It is impossible for that unit to be set up in this way. It is set up in reserve as a lost unit. What changed is wholly within 6 of the target objectives became wholly within 3 of the target objectives.
Oh.
So remember how I showed you guys, I sent you guys a screenshot of a TTS with my wind chargers.
Bubbles, and you were able to block out most of getting with wholly within 6. And now that pretty much guarantees that if you do that, no one's ever getting on that objective.
And it's not even that you need a unit of 5 that are like perfectly placed. Now you can do it with 5 25mm models. Like if you have half of a unit of Graveguard or Mortek Guard, like that are still alive and they get teleported, they can block off the objective because all of them are combat range 3. They set up around the objective puck. It doesn't matter what units you're taking anymore. Basically, the first unit that you put down is always going to be blocking off the objective. what this does is it does allow for some units to get teleported, but I think that like more units to get teleported than prior. But I don't think that this is going to make any difference to the game being played ever. I just don't think it's ever going to be played because it still has the same issues. And now it's even easier to block off your opponent from taking the objective, like, say you pick the center and the back left on their side, and they'll never be able to go back onto the center ever again because you're always just picking up that same 5-man 25mm model block.
So wait, can you actually pick the center objective? Because it says pair of objectives. So would it not?
There are no objectives. There are no pairs. There are no pairs of objectives on that map.
It says you pick any 2 objectives.
Yeah.
Unless it changed to it is pick the pair of them.
Let me double check. When I played Justin, it
I'm
looks like they had to be opposite, but I could be wrong. Well, and I was already salty that he decided to go forth with that game in the. So I might have been in a whatever.
Yeah, you were in the mood that you needed to be in. Understandable.
It's just pick 2 objectives, not even a pair.
Yeah.
Damn. All right.
Oh, to answer Carlos's question before, it's Clint bringing it, and it's 65 Fanatics. My bad. It's 60 Loon Smashes and 5 Spore Split.
I found the list and I sent it to Carlos. The list name is Miley Cyrus.
They did comment like a wrecking ball.
That's his entrance song too.
It all fits.
It's all what is it with everyone making song lyrics and titles as part of their
Well, because of my request for entrance songs, they probably like went with the vibe, man.
I really is Kamran's Ballroom Blitz?
Yeah, that's a song.
Let's go! I'm so stoked, man. I'm so stoked.
God, the Midwest is so cool. Who needs a coast?
No coast.
Carlos, are you glad that I suggested that we make this as wrestling as we possibly could get?
Yes, 100%. I'm a little sad that it wasn't on the budget to get a belt, but next year.
Yeah. My suggestion was first place gets a championship belt. And since we probably didn't have enough budget to get multiple belts, that would probably hold over and be signed. I do, for a secondary Windy City Waaagh, make a tag team tournament and make that. Because
I would love to do something like that. Yeah,
I think a fun doubles would be great. We've yet to do it for any of our RTTs or GTs.
Yeah.
All right.
Back on fact stuff. I'll take this one, I guess. KO got an interesting change. They decided that the Sagi artifacts are eligible to be picked for Expeditionary Force. The most picked general faction for the new KO. Now, when they get to take a free artifact, they have 5 choices instead of 2.
I mean, technically they have 6 choices overall.
Yeah, they have 6 choices overall, but you have 5 additional choices on top of the already take.
Yeah. I honestly don't understand it. I've been complaining about it everywhere that we get because I don't I don't mind that they have those 3. The 3 that were added aren't like that OP. Like the 3 that were added were the once per game teleport a flying unit. It's the Emberstone Flare. It's the 5-up ward and an extra attack for your hero. So it's just an artifact that gives them a 5-up ward and an extra set of attacks. Just one attack to their profiles. And then the last one is Spell in a Bottle. Which is where you have to select the manifestation lore that you're going to be using in list building. So it's not like, as I was worried...
You have to pay for it.
You have to pay for it, or you have to select ones that are one of the 2 free options. And you can't just select from any endless spell in the game anymore. Because I mean, obviously,
it has to go off like on a 7, right?
Oh yeah, it has to go off on a 7. It has to cost, and they have to choose the like if they're giving with the expeditionary force at the start of the game, if they're giving out a spell in a bottle, they have already had to have picked their manifestation lore prior to that. So it's not like at the moment they can be like, oh, this game would be really great if I had Emerald Life Swarm, and they just get to pick Emerald Life Swarm. No, they have to have had Primal Manifestations as their choice in list building.
Yep. But I think we talked about this during the KO episode, and I will rehash it here. KO are in the awkward position where they're an army that has a lot of deployment phase pick stuff compared to most. So when the point adjustment comes in very likely September, how are we going to see KO get adjusted? Because do we have a position where they can pick pointed abilities, like pointed enhancements for free because they choose them in deployment, they don't take them in list construction? Or are they going to say, you need to spare points for this? Like, how are they going to do it? Because the first thing that we're going to see if those things get pointed, if they don't change how the behavior is, at rules is written, they'll just take whatever's free and they'll take their free choices, they'll take their deployment choices as the paid stuff.
Yeah.
Like, why would you not find a way to avoid spending points?
Yeah, no, it's
true, sure.
And now you're playing a 2,000 and like 2040 list in a 2,000 point game.
Yeah. The other notable change, there were a lot of changes with KO, but the other one notable change I think is there was an interaction with the assault boat rule where if you pulled units with you when you did the assault boat rule and they weren't in combat, they were still eligible to charge.
Yes, that was a thing that happened in the index. Did that, but then when the book came out, they didn't transfer that over. That's why they re-added it and they deleted the.
Yeah, so now the units and the targets have charge, and the targets cannot use any more core abilities for the rest of the phase. So basically, there was a thing where you could charge with the KO boat, and then like if you wanted to say split off your Sky Wardens to go charge further down the line, they then get to roll a charge and potentially get some charges going. They could end up stuck in the middle of nowhere if you failed to charge, but like it was
free movement. You didn't care.
It was free movement. You didn't care. It made the charges easier, obviously, so they could assault boat, put out right outside of 3 of the enemy, but still within 3 of the assault boat, and then charge over the enemy lines. There was some. Obviously, these are just things I've thought of now that I even knew it was a thing. But this did get fixed. It is no longer a thing. If you go with the assault boat, you are considered to have charged and cannot then further charge.
Yeah.
Okay.
And with that kind of thing, and the more like what we've seen with Night Haunt, with some of their how they activate stuff in different phases, this is kind of leaning for me personally, and I know this is kind of up to you guys because I don't think it's even coming up. The veteran Buccaneers ability, I'm kind of leaning more into now that you either shoot or you fight, because we're getting abilities that are clarifying you don't get to do other core abilities when you do this specific thing. And I know a lot of the arguments that we've seen is like the twice, the Vanguard Paladors are like, oh, well, they get to do this. Like, reading the card explains the card. It deliberately says you can do these things, and the game has always been the war scrolls, the book rules always override core rules if they say you can do something.
Yeah,
that's true.
So that's just me. I understand that people are like, oh, it makes sense. Like, oh, it's not that good, and it's only 1 unit. It's not a matter of it being good or bad. It's a matter of consistency in the rules, and believe it or not, GW's actually been pretty consistent.
This is actually
consistently bad.
Yeah, when I said Victor owed me GW owes Victor and I a beard, that was in reference to the Buccaneers rule, because Victor was very adamant that they would update it in the FAQ and correct it. I agreed with him, but I thought they were going to clarify that it was either shoot or fight. He thought it was shoot and fight, and we made a bet for a beer. And I said, but if they don't update it in the FAQ, GW owes us both a beer, and they didn't touch it at all in this FAQ. Nothing said about it. So now GW owes Victor and I a beer. I'm going to hold you to that, GW.
So someone from GW needs to get them some alcoholic beverages at our cash this weekend.
Yes.
Yep.
Sure.
I will contact the one of the local GWs and hold them to this legally binding.
No, we'll put it on their tab.
Yeah. The other army that did get a bunch of changes, we talked about Gorchosen getting stuffed. Gorchosen did get stuffed. But so did... Ideneth got a whole bunch of changes too, but Ideneths are mostly buffs.
Yeah. Outside of your teleporting change, just more so being in line with design philosophy is, it's mostly just makes sense.
No.
So the other thing is that's not in the FAQ at all. That's not called out in here. That was an app change to bring the app in line.
That was
with the
just
book.
to actually mirror, like, no. This was, like, the book was always this. Because I think that happened with Soulblight. They had their, like, something, their res ability costed a command point, I think, in the app. But then in the book, they're like, no, it doesn't. And then they just clarified it to where you don't have to spend the CP.
Yeah.
So
one or the other,
I think their intention was there. They screwed up somewhere in the line, and they're like, hey, let's just correct it. Like, we should believe that people know this isn't a fact thing. This is we screwed up entering something thing.
Yeah, I mean, the only reason that I thought it might go the other way is because the book was written months and months in advance, and the app was written more recently.
And that's a reasonable, completely reasonable.
But the app has been updated. I'm not teleporting my units out of combat in at WCW. That's just not happening. But what did happen was the Icon of the Sea got buffed. Or the Icon of the Sea got nerfed. The Icon of the Sea got nerfed because it used to be any friendly unit, and you had Gotrex taking it and getting 3d6 charges with Gotrek. Now it's any up to one friendly Ideneth Deepkin unit. So Icon of the Sea got nerfed. Less units can take advantage of it, but all of your Ideneth Deepkin units are, so you're just avoiding the Regiments of Renown getting some weird charges. Icon of the Storm got buffed. No mortal damage is inflicted on any friendly Ideneth Deepkin units using units by retreat abilities while they're wholly within 12 of this unit. This is in addition to being able to retreat, shoot, and charge. Icon of the Storm for 120 points is almost an auto-include in almost any list just because you're able to freely dip out of combat. He also has the ability to tag people and keep them in combat because enemies that are in combat with him can't retreat. Great 120 point ability. It's mostly a squishy model though, so it does get shot and killed pretty easily. But great buff. Incarnate of the Deep going to a banishment characteristic of 9+, so no longer an 8+.
What the fuck is that about, dude? That's crazy.
I think someone realized that the Incarnate...
Keep the Incarnate. Just keep it on the board.
I think someone realized that the Incarnate isn't... is not quite as strong as they thought it would be.
Sure.
So I think that this is more just bringing it in line with the impact that they wanted it to have in the game by allowing it to avoid getting banished easily. I think that's kind of where they went with that.
Taking the 6 damage, pretty.
I think
that's where it was.
Make it hit on 3s then.
They know what they want.
No, I'm kidding.
Manifestations to do, and it's hit on 4s.
I do think it should benefit from battle traits. It's kind of silly that it doesn't.
I think that its Tendril, when it's able to give it +1 to hit, should also go to the Incarnate. Because when the Tendril is able to wrap up a unit, which requires you to roll over their health characteristics, so it's not like it's working on monsters or anything crazy. It's working on like infantry and cavalry, maybe a hero or two.
Yeah,
I think if the tendrils got you entangled, I think the Fincarnate should have +1 to hit. That just makes sense. The tendrils feeding you to the maw. It's thematic. It's fun. It requires a dice roll. It requires you to have wounds. It's I think a fair balance. But I'll take 9 to banish. That's I think probably a little bit better actually.
Yeah, for sure.
Cool. It's what differentiates incarnates from other endless spells.
There were some changes to Path to Glory, Army of Renowns, for the Wardens of the Corleam, and the Regiment of Renown. The only other change that happened that affects actual match play, because no one's taking the Corleam in match play, I don't think. The Gloomtime Shipwreck no longer has the impassable keyword. It was kind of weird because it had the impassable keyword, but specifically called out units could pass through it. It was kind of an odd dichotomy there. So they just took away the impassable keyword, which makes sense. It's still obscuring. It still has a rule that you could technically body block someone from charging you, or make them charge through and take mortals. But it's so finicky that you're really just looking for that 6-inch +1 to save. The other change that we did talk about briefly but didn't get a chance to go that we mentioned was the Devious Underling change, being to a hero. You pick a friendly Skaven hero with health characteristic equals or exceeds. That was a change in this current FAQ.
Yeah, I couldn't say if that was any differently worded, but it was worded enough to where we saw a list didn't make sense, needed to be changed because of it. So
yeah. Scourge of Gyran units can be included in Armies of Renown, but cannot be included in Regiments of Renown. So your Corleam, your Idoneth Corleam can take Soggy, Thrallmaster, and Thralls. I don't remember any other ones. I don't remember any other ones off the top of my head that have those restrictions.
Yeah,
but
we don't have to go through a fucking list of everything.
Yeah, we gotta go through it.
Yeah,
but it's good clarification.
Yeah, good clarification.
I think we knew it, but it's in paper now, like hard paper. Like, yes, you could do this. No, you can't do.
Yeah. Deathbringer got a slight change to the Trophies of Glorious Deaths for Khorne. This reaction cannot be used more than once per command. I don't know what situation that was ever coming up in, but with how often Deathbringers were in Gore Chosen lists, I'm sure it has something to do with Gore Chosen. Gore Chosen got nerfed. Go ahead.
So it was, people were taking like 10 Deathbringers, and then, all right, you're going to use this command? Cool, I'm going to start rolling Deathbringers until I pass the command. Oh, okay. The third guy stopped it. All right, you're going to do command over there? All right, let's go. Let's keep rolling more guys.
Yeah, as long as you had multiple guys within 8,
you just got multiple.
You made it hard for people. Just threw dice as long as you were within 8.
Yeah, you had multiple dips at it.
And then Punish the Pacifist and Murder the Mystic both got changed the timing to once per turn army, your hero phase, and your combat phase. I don't remember off the top of my head. Those might have just been combat phase or hero phase abilities before.
They were, and they didn't have the me thing. I think
turn,
it's just to clarify, like, oh, if I had a team event or something like that, you had 2 Khorne players who were getting there and they went on different things. It's like, well, you can't do the pacifist twice, you can't do the mystic thing twice.
Yeah, so
and that's my guess. I think it's just clarity of you're only doing this once in this phase. That's all you need to worry about.
Yep. And then I don't think there were that many other. We talked a little bit about the KO. There were some other changes that I don't know enough about to talk about with KO. Like, there was something changed to Von Grimm Salvagers, but from what I read of it, I think the only thing that changed was they called out Salvagers and Harpooners specifically rather than just saying Von Grimm units. I don't know why.
Maybe I think it's just to clear up the wording a little bit more. That's all.
Yeah.
On the ability from what I read. It was just making sure it's like, it made most sense. Like, these are the guys that get this buff against this objective. That's all it needs to be. It's a lot of just clarity stuff. I think the battle scroll in September is going to be where we see the more heavier changes to other armies.
There were also updates to the terrain control, but I read through it and it sounded almost identical to what terrain control used to say. They also removed the honor wholly behind cover part of things, or honor wholly behind terrain was just stricken from the records.
Yeah, because they changed that how it works now. Since we don't measure the points of when you're standing on it, like, you don't check any portion of the terrain that you are physically on, that they're like, it doesn't come up. if like you're in combat or something, because that's a lot of what that clarification was. Hey, you could get cover in combat, which didn't make a whole lot of sense because I'm like right up to your space. Like, how am I gonna miss you that easy? But it is what it is.
Well, the narrative of it is that like you're using, like, since you're set up on the terrain, you're using it to like have a better, like, you've secured the ground, like you're better to
yeah. And it's important to note that it still works if you're wholly on it. You still get cover even in melee if you are wholly on it. But if even a little bit of you is off, nothing.
The other thing is, Grasp of Thorns got an update which specifically says that if there's a unit that is entangled by the carnivorous flora, you can't move the objective.
Yeah, that was because people were taking Bundo
and kicking the objective.
Yeah. And it also clarified that the strike last from Grasping Thorns only applies for as long as the models that are touching it are, or for the strike last for another one. I don't think it's the Grasping Thorns one. That one says your strike last only applies for the as long as the models that are on the objective are still there.
Yeah.
So if you get into a combat and you take the guys off of the objective that gave you the strike last, and now you're no longer in that bubble, you don't have strike last anymore.
Yeah, or if they get shot off or spelled off, that is Roiling Roots, and I have that up on the screen right now. That's this one right here, Battle Plan Roiling Roots. It's only strikes last while there are models on the objective contesting it that were stricken.
So it gives a bit of a workaround because, yeah, that was probably going to be a feels bad of I have strike last on this and then you get blocked and I charge you and I still get to kick your silly little behind in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whew. All right. That was, we made it to about 2 hours. Not what we want, but here we are. We're 2 hours in.
Fine. I'll allow it for WCW.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, he'll allow it.
Pat, thank you, as always. Pleasure to have your wonderful soul.
Oh, thank you. I'm always glad to be on. Well, that was my first time on, but yeah.
No, but we always like having you around, so I'm very glad that you were able to spare some time today. I know school year starting, it's been an adventure for you.
Oh, it's been quite the first 2 weeks, so.
I hope you know we will have you back when the new Slanesh book drops.
Yeah, I'm gonna actually have to go back to play Slanesh for that. So I will
and read books and everything.
Oh, I don't even read books now. You see all the incorrect stuff I said about battle plans that we'll be seeing this weekend? Oh man, I'm cooked.
Oh yeah. Hey, I played battle plans wrong, so it's all.
Man.
I never made any mistakes with my battle plans. Never in a million years. Don't believe a single. No, never happened. Never did it. Believe it.
Rich and Carlos are perfect beings.
I disagree wholeheartedly. That was obviously sarcasm.
All right.
Well, thank you so much, everybody. Had a wonderful time. I'm a lucky boy. Keep on winning and keep on wagging.
Love y'all.
Good night, everyone.